So welcome back. We are here with Nicola Corti.
Yeah,
How are you today?
it's super exciting to be here at DriveCon Berlin. Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Can you give us a little info about yourself before we get started with some questions?
Yeah, sure. So my name is Nicola Corti. I'm a Kotlin Google developer expert, and I'm pretty strong open source developer. Like whenever people ask me what's your hobby, I always say like, yeah, I do a lot of open source. I'm also running a podcast called The Developers Bakery. And by the way, if you are at DriveCon Berlin, find me around. I have stickers for you.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm an Android engineer. Been doing Android development since, I think is 6-7 years or so. Yeah.
Nice.
awesome. So like the Eclair days? Or
Yeah, like more like the
Honeycomb?
Froyo
Oh,
days.
wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was such a great time. But now things are so different. But yeah.
Cool.
Wow. And on that topic, I'm wondering how many DroidCons have you attended so far?
Oh, that's a good question. I remember that my first DriveCon was DriveCon Italy 2016.
Nice.
And since then, that was my first international conference, and I realized, okay, this is awesome. Like, I need to find more. Give me more of this. And I've been to DriveCon Berlin, I think, since 2017. I've been to all of them probably.
Wow.
DriveCon London, first time last year.
Yeah.
Then I've been to other like smaller DriveCon, like the one in Lisbon, a couple of others. But yeah, amazing content as always.
Follow-up question: what keeps you coming back?
Oh, I think, for me, the great part of DriveCon is, obviously great content, the possibility to share the work I do with the broader community.
Yeah.
I really like, honestly, being on stage presenting what I do. It's just like
Nice.
something that I really, I know like not everyone likes public speaking, but
Yeah.
it's something that drives me a lot. And at the same time, I think the best part of DriveCon after all is like the networking. Like
Yeah,
you
that's true.
you have the opportunity to get connected with amazing people,
Yeah.
learn stories from others, be inspired by challenges that others are having. So it's a great opportunity.
Awesome. That's amazing. It's something I like the most too, is just getting to meet people in
Yeah.
person. Like we interact online and in Slack groups all the time, but talking to someone face to face
Yeah.
just adds a bit more color,
Totally.
to who that is, even when you interact with them afterwards.
That is true.
So that's great. But so you mentioned the podcast you run. Can you
Yeah.
give us a little more info about that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. So my podcast is called The Developers Bakery. You can find it online at thebakery.dev. So I actually started during the pandemic.
Yeah.
And that was, the reason why I started is because I was feeling so much disconnected from the broader community
Yes.
that I was like, oh man, I'm not like meeting new people. Like
Yeah.
I want to know the story of like libraries and tools that I use daily. And previously the opportunity would have been to go like to in-person conferences.
Yeah.
During pandemic, that was not possible. Okay,
Yeah.
there was to some degree there were online conferences, but that was not the same. So I was like, maybe a podcast will work, and that was just perfect because during a podcast you have that dedicated time, like 1 hour, 1 hour and a half, with the person that you would like to speak with. That sometimes is even better than a conference. Like you find someone here, you speak 5-10 minutes, then you find someone else. It's hard to connect. While during a podcast, you have so much time to go to in-depth questions and ask like, hey, why you did this choice? Why this library is not supporting this use case that I want to do? And so on. So, well, as I said, the format is always with a guest. Every episode is about a library, a framework, a tool. Cool. And I give them the opportunity to present the library and talk about the history, what are the challenges, how do you find new maintainers, how do you find new contributors, how the company is supporting this library versus personal time that a maintainer is spending. So it's all about open source. Yeah.
Great.
Wow.
Yeah, and you do a lot of open source as well. So you're
Totally like another feedback that I received a lot from podcast guests is how hard it is to be a maintainer and how much need the community has to spotlight the effort that so many little people are putting towards the open source community. Like, I don't know, here today we are like 1,000, but how many of us are actually like library maintainers, so
Yeah.
creating component for other developers? So those people are the pillar
Yeah.
where we're building on top, and we should be so grateful to them. And I mean, I'm one of that.
I like that.
But yeah, still, like I maintain several like tools and libraries in the Kotlin ecosystem,
Yeah.
which, well, it's sort of a part-time job, I would say, but I don't know. I just feel so much rewarded whenever I see a
Yeah.
pull request coming over, maybe from someone that is new, and they start, contributing, and you see that they have no experience, but
Yeah.
you see that they have the intention to do something
Yeah.
for the tool they've been using. They want to contribute back, and seeing that pull request mature and be merged is
Yeah.
something that rewards me so much. Like I
Nice.
feel so happy when I see that, and that's what drives me in doing more and more open source, I guess.
That's
And
awesome.
Actually, on that point, I had a question, like a follow-up question, wondering how can people who want to be maintainers like join, or how can they reach out to you?
Yeah,
Or what
so-
is the process?
Well, that's one of the reasons why I'm doing the podcast, actually.
Oh, nice.
To let the people find, build a little bit of connection with the maintainer.
Yeah.
Usually ask maintainer like where people can find you online, how
Yeah.
they can connect with you. Someone wants to be connected on Twitter.
Yeah.
So maybe they have their PMs, DMs opened.
Oh, yeah.
Other maybe wants like to be contacted via emails, and so on. In my case, I tend to be quite open with contacts. You can find my email on GitHub. My DMs are open on Twitter. I'm the most popular.
Just find
Slacks.
you everywhere.
Yeah, you can find me everywhere. I'm also quite consistent with my username Corti Nico. You can
Yeah.
find me more or less everywhere. But yeah, that's actually. I mean, I strive to be as open and
Yeah.
as approachable as possible.
That's
because
nice.
one struggle that I had when
Yeah.
I was more junior in my career, I always felt that you see those people that are developing libraries in the ecosystem, and they feel like VIPs or God, like completely untouchable.
Yes.
And I felt this struggle, and I was like, I want to be approachable. I want to give the opportunity to everyone to ask me a question. Maybe it takes me 1 week to get back to you.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Only 1 week, he said.
I will get back to every reasonable question that I receive. I know it's a struggle, and it takes time. Like for me, for example, when I started doing open source, I had to try different libraries, and you see like sometimes you try to contribute in a certain project and they're not super welcoming. You really get the feeling that they don't want more people. Maybe they don't have capacity or so. And then you find another project which is super welcoming. And then you say like, okay, yeah, if I contribute there, people understand what I want to do and they accept my contribution. So it's an iterative process. It takes time. It's hard at the beginning, but with constant effort, you can make it.
That's a very good point, because I feel like when I started too, I wanted to try open source, but like you mentioned, it's very hard.
It is.
Especially
it is.
like
At
just write
times it is, yeah.
like just write your first PR, or I don't know.
I know.
There's a lot
I
of
feel the struggle. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what advice would you give to someone who wants to get involved in open source? We get this question a lot, and like people want to get involved, but they might not know how, or like you're saying, these things feel untouchable, and there's a big barrier to entry. So what would you say to those people?
So my number one suggestion is contribute to tools that you use.
Okay.
That's one mistake I've been doing in the early days of my career. I was like, well, this library looks awesome. I'm not using it, but I would love to be a contributor there because it's super popular, it's shiny and so on. Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, I don't really know the internals. How can I contribute if I don't have a problem to solve? Like sometimes it's even hard to transform that intention to contribute to something practically doable.
Yeah.
While if you use a tool, there will be a problem, there will be a bug, there will be something that is missing, something that doesn't work.
Yes.
And the second advice is, this is also crucial, don't jump into solution mode.
Okay.
Always try to reach out first, open an issue, say like, hey, I noticed this problem. I would love to contribute. Are you going to accept this contribution in this sense or not? There is nothing worse than wasted effort. That means a pull request that is sent over a project, but the project is maybe not welcoming that contribution just because they say like, we are in maintenance mode, or this API just solves your problem, but it's not generic enough, like we can't just accept it, it will pollute our API. So try to get pre-approvals. Generally maintainers, if they're kind enough, they should like leave labels like good first issue, help wanted, on issues that they're looking for support. Those are like low-hanging fruits that you can jump on. I received tons of emails. They're always about like, I want to contribute to that project. What should I do? Give me one issue to do. Give me one task to do. How can I be helpful? So I can feel the struggle. I think overall maintainers can do steps towards this direction. And again, like if you want to contribute to any of the projects that I'm maintaining, drop me an email. I'll be happy to send you over some issues that I feel like are easy to do for scammers.
Yeah, now you know the best way to reach out is to
totally.
Open that issue or ask for pre-approval.
Yeah,
it's great. And so we're at DroidCon Berlin. You're also giving a talk here. What is your talk about?
So my talk, you guessed it, is about open source. It's actually called Open Source at Scale.
Okay.
So I work in the React Native team. And now people might be wondering, like, what are you doing here? This is DroidCon, it's all about Android native development. Well, it turns out React Native runs on Android and on iOS, so there is a lot of native Android development involved. And I'm here to teach people how we do open source.
Nice.
React Native is probably one of the biggest library on GitHub, and the amount of open source interaction we deal with daily is so huge. It's not just that we can project that we open source. Like we get tons of requests, tons of issues, tons of questions also. So at this scale, how do you do sustainable open source? This is the TLDR of the talk.
Wow.
I understand this might not be for everyone. You maybe maybe your company doesn't have an open source project at all, or you just have a small project that you want to open source. So you're at the beginning, but as you grow, if you want to scale, well, you need to have practices, processes in place that will help you handle so much intake of inputs from the community and make sure that you're responsive, you provide valuable signals back and so on.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it sounds super interesting.
Yeah. So don't miss it. It's tomorrow.
Actually, on that talk of just you giving a talk, I'm wondering how many talks so far have you gone to, or how many are you planning to go to? And do you have a favorite?
Oh my God, that's a hard question.
I know a favorite one.
I don't know.
I mean yours.
So I really like the one about the Git folder.
Nice.
I don't know, maybe because I'm the kind of guy that does a lot of work around tooling. Disclaimer, I'm a Vim person. And I try to, I customize my shell as much as possible.
Wow.
So those kind of like internals of Unix tools, Git and so on, I don't know, they really catch me. I know it's not really Android related, but at the end of the day, like source control is a tool that we use daily. That
is true.
I love learning like shortcuts and new things about Git. So that was really interesting. A little bit sidetracked from Android, but still a good
I mean,
one.
we use it a lot. So
it's
part of
super
Android,
relevant, I think.
Indeed.
How about Mad Skills?
Sorry?
Mad Skills.
The modern Android development.
You mean the talk or the?
Yeah, the talk. Yeah.
I haven't seen that. Sorry.
No, that's okay. I just wanted to throw it out there. Pretty cool. Nice to hear from you, and also great hearing like your feedback and also what you're doing for the community, the podcast, the open source, which is pretty cool. Also hard to get in, but you're giving great instruction on how people can get started. Pretty cool. Matt, do you have more questions?
So what keeps you so motivated to be so involved in the community? Because you're putting out the podcast, you're involved in open source, you're here at the conference, you're speaking, like that's a lot of effort. So
it is.
How do you do all of that and stay motivated and not feel burnt out?
Yes.
I don't know, that's hard to answer. I will give an answer which is a little bit, maybe not everyone will understand, but I strongly believe that there are those conference seasons.
Okay.
And one is the fall season, which is like between September and November, and you have like a bunch of conferences.
Yeah.
And then you have like this season right now, like the summer season or so. Which is basically, it starts in April or so and it goes till June. And well, they're super stressful. Like, trust me, especially if you give a lot of talks around all of them, it's like a lot of traveling. Then I even had once two different talks accepted at conferences. They were like one after the other.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, oh no, why I did that? Like, I regret that. That's so bad. But back to the original question, what keeps me motivated? So there is one conference, which is happening in February. And that's crucial because February is outside of any conference season. So you just have that conference there. And it's called FOSDEM. If you don't know FOSDEM, well, you should. Go check it out. FOSDEM stands for Free and Open Source Developer European Meeting. Is the biggest open source conference in Europe. It's completely free. And it's organized by a committee, so it's not like a brand is organizing a conference. It's more like it's just pure content from the community. I'm one of the organizers for the Kotlin Dev Room, so we organize an entire track about Kotlin, and like you need to go there. Like every year, I go there since again 2015, 2016, and the amount of energy I get from that conference basically drives me forward for the whole year. Like you get so much pure open source inspiration from there. It's like you don't get sponsored talks, you don't get biased views. You really get people that are like hacking on their projects, sharing their experience and so on, and seeing the open source community coming together to such a big gathering. Like we're talking about, I think it's 6,000-7,000 people coming over to this. It's a huge summit. And yeah, for me, that is like maybe the secret formula that drives me forward. And I come back from FOSDEM every year with a list of things that I want to do, like new podcasts, new projects, connect with so many different people. Cool. It's just great. So if you haven't checked out FOSDEM, go find it. That would be, I think that would be like, a call for paper for next year as well.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, a conference energy is like a real thing. I mean, even like here today, like we feel it all around us, like everyone connecting and mingling and just.
Also to see your passion, just talking about it, like that is amazing. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Like.
It does. Like.
I mean, that definitely would. Because the way you put it is, it inspires you to keep going, and it is true. Because
Indeed.
Thank you for sharing with us.
Very cool.
Pretty cool.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much for having me. It was super fun. I hope someone got inspired. Drop me a message if you have any question, ideas, or feedback. Be more than happy.
It's great. Good luck with the talk.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much.